Welcome back to 24 Days of Comfort, a casual tea time check-in every day until Christmas, talking books, mental health, whatever else comes up. The holidays can be a stressful time, so I'm here to gently nudge you towards the couch, a hot drink, or maybe just a deep breath. It's you time. I'm your host, Fleur, and I'm really excited to be here today. Before we start, I want to do a tiny cozy check-in, so let's get started with that. C, are you comfortable? Could you get maybe even 5% more comfortable? Settling into your seat, maybe making any adjustments. Oh, oxygen. Taking a deep breath in through the nose and sighing it out through the mouth. Just landing here for a moment, letting the muscles relax, which brings us to our next point, zero tension. Can you unclench your jaw, drop your shoulders, unclench those butt cheeks, and just let the body melt into whatever space you're in. Are you in a seat? Are you in bed? Are you standing up? Are you on the bus? Wherever. And then lastly, we've got you time. This is your you time. You can do whatever you want to, and maybe you want to take a moment to make a hot drink, put your phone on do not disturb, grab a blanket, anything you want right now to make yourself extra comfortable. And then when you're all cozy, let's begin. Hi guys, good morning. For me, it's the morning time. I don't know when you're watching this, but it's currently 8:30-ish, and I'm drinking my tea. It's day 4, so I'm on day 4 of the Advent calendar, and the flavor of the day is this one, Feel New. It has fennel, anise, aniseed. I really have to look up how to pronounce that. Fennel and cardamom. And it tastes really good, and actually I've never had this flavor combo before, so... I wouldn't say it has a very powerful flavor. I feel like this has been sitting for a while, so it should be a bit stronger. But it's very gentle. I do quite like that. I'm gonna give this 7.5. It might be our highest rating so far, because I think this is my favorite. Last time, as if it wasn't 24 hours ago, lemon, ginger, and manuka honey. The day before we had chamomile, vanilla, and manuka honey. And the first day we had winter warmer, and that was ginger, orange, rooibos, and anise seed. And yesterday I talked about how I feel like there's a flavor journey going on. I really think there is, because now we've got the anise seed coming back, which was in the first flavor. So like there's a bit of cohesion, which I'm really appreciating. I'm forgetting to breathe when I talk to you. Hang on. So if you've watched my other comfort series videos, I really don't know how to refer to them. I'm trying to do this uncut, or as uncut as possible, because that saves time if I'm gonna make 24 videos in a pretty short amount of time. It's nice to not have to spend too much time on editing. I did switch out the camera today, because I just feel like you deserve a bit more quality. I don't know, the other thing feels lo-fi and cozy as well, but this feels a little bit more like me and what I like, and also, yeah, I don't know, it feels better. What I was going to say about the tea was that I feel like this is the highest rating so far out of the 4 that we've had now, so I should keep track of this somehow, and it's not too late yet, but it feels like a big task. Okay, what I wanted to talk about today. Or I didn't want to talk about this specifically today, but it ties into the whole camera thing. It's consumerism, and especially around the holidays. As I am recording this, the Black Friday sales are still kind of running. For some reason, it seems to be Black Friday from November 1st till December 10th or something. I don't know, it looks like it's a very long time where it's Black Friday deals, and that's all very tempting. And this morning I woke up and I was just thinking in bed, having thoughts, which is a terrible idea to start with, but I was thinking about this video. And I've been recording the audio with a DJI mic, and it automatically connects to my DJI Pocket 3, which is like a little vlog camera. I don't like it that much because I think the quality is very ambivalent. I don't know if that's the word, but I can't really count on the quality. I mean, you've seen the other videos if you have, and the quality in it could be better. I mean, if I change some settings around, surely, but I feel like the standard quality is just something that you can't really, it's unpredictable, is what I'm trying to say. But the DJI mic, the microphone that I used in the previous videos, it's a really good microphone and it automatically connects. So I don't have to sync up video and audio afterwards. With this, I also don't have to do that. I'm now filming on my full frame camera, which I use most of the time, and I'm using a Rode Wireless Go 2, and this is connected by 3.5 millimeter jack cable, you know? And it feels a little bit less convenient as to have a wireless microphone, or like this is a wireless microphone, but not having to attach anything. And Sony has this thing where you can use their microphones without a cable. And then I spend my morning going into this rabbit hole of I want to use the DJI microphones because I do like them better than these, but then I would have to sync up the audio. It's going to be a really weird rabbit hole. I'm very sorry, but I was thinking about that, and then I thought, maybe I should get a DJI receiver to put it on this camera and then an adapter. And then I was like, okay, well, they're doing Black Friday sales, of course. So let me just check because I'm already looking for it. And then I found that it was on discount and I could get a DJI mic mini with a receiver, blah, 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 blah. So it's like 6:10. I wanted to do a meditation. That's why I went on my phone. For some reason, my Safari wasn't blocked, which I have most of my apps blocked in the morning, and I don't know what went wrong, but I could access Safari. And that was just so terrible because I ended up looking at camera websites and almost ordering those microphones, which I don't need because I have these. And luckily, I caught myself in the loop and was like, you have fucking microphones. It's fine. But because I got stuck in being a perfectionist and wanting the highest quality and the best gear. And I love tech. So it's also a hobby thing that I'm like, ooh. But I also got kind of carried away because it was on sale. And there's like this big red cross through the old price. And there's the big red new price, you know. And it's a limited time. And that's marketing for you. And I fell for it. Almost. Once again, I do need to catch my breath. So. I have so much respect for podcasters and how they do that, but anyway, I just noticed that I fell into that hole. And while, don't get me wrong, I think that there's a time and place, of course, to purchase things in this time where it's a discount, taking into account that prices usually rise up before they drop now. So in comparison, prices don't tend to drop that much. In some instances, if you get designer stuff or tech stuff, often you do get a good deal because a lot of those brands don't generally offer discounts and don't change their prices that much. So I feel like if you are looking to make certain investments, it's nice to wait until this period of time to make them, you know? And if you have things on your list or things you want to replace, beauty products, I sometimes think it's a good time to do that. I have a perfume that I ran out of and I ordered a new one because I know that I use it all the time and I am so run out that I opened the cap and was like dabbing the last little bits out of the bottle onto my skin, and then I was like, okay, you can get a new perfume if you want to. And that's when it was a nice deal because I got a big discount in comparison to outside of Black Friday. So, time and a place to consume things. But the thing is, for me, I struggle so much with that urge of, oh, I need it and I need it now, and the urgency around that. And I think that that's just a really dangerous thing about sales in general, but especially this period of time. Because it's the holidays, there's a lot of emphasis on gift giving, and giving yourself gifts and giving people you love the beautiful, wonderful things, but no material item is ever gonna make your problems go away, and the little dopamine hit you get from buying something doesn't change anything if you are purchasing something to suppress something else. You know what I mean? I love retail therapy, but it's terrible. And yeah, I've just been thinking a lot about that because I just feel that a lot more this time of year. I deleted my social media in the summer and have been loving it. I will probably make a separate video about that at some point, but the point is that I'm not really scrolling on Instagram. I'm not seeing what influencers are doing on there. I don't see what my friends are doing on there. There's not a product that's getting recommended to me time and time and time again. So I don't get influenced as much. We all get influenced all the time, whether it be from the TV, from YouTube, from a friend talking to a friend and recommending something. That's life. We get influenced by each other all the time. But seeing it on Instagram back to back to back to back to back and on social media, it's so overwhelming. And I find that really hard to find peace in what I have is enough, and I have enough, and I have everything I need, and I don't need anything, yada, 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 yada. So this is just me coming to you as a friend. If you're struggling with the same thing and you just feel that pressure a bit extra around the holidays, you're not the only one. And I hope that someone in the comments can say that they feel the same way, because I don't feel like I'm the only one. But there's not someone in the room right now telling me how they feel about it. So please let me know in the comments what it does to you. I really try to be conscious of what I purchase and the quality of what I purchase and the sustainability. I'm not a minimalist, and I'm not on a low buy or no buy year. However, I do find those concepts really inspiring. I just get really nervous when I create a lot of rules for myself and I have a hard time sticking to that, and then there's a lot of guilt if I were to purchase something. So I don't think I would do a no buy or low buy year, but what I'm trying to say is that I am trying to be a conscious consumer, and I feel like I'm doing a really good job at that. And I feel like the things that I chose to invest in this year, I stand behind and really improve my either workflow or joy or comfort without having like super over the top crazy things that you can buy from Temu or whatever. You know how they have just weird shit for everything? Weird plasticky gadgets and toys, and it can get so fucking crazy. And this is just the time of year where buying stuff to buy stuff, you know, the whole concept of a stocking stuffer, I really don't understand. I didn't grow up with Santa and Christmas being a thing that like filling a stocking and everything is not a thing that culturally really happens here. But when I see people filling humongous socks with random things and buying a stocking stuffer, that is for me an example of buying a gift just to buy a gift. You don't have to buy something just to buy something. What? And yeah, that drives me mad. But anyway, I just think that this time of year it can be particularly hard to stay mindful and stay close to your values, I guess. Or maybe it's not, well, I do find it a bit more difficult, and it takes a little bit more willpower to stay with what I believe in. And like I said this morning, going into the spiral first, almost checking out and making a purchase, and then being like, okay, wait, what's this gonna bring me? What do I already have? What can I do with what I already have? Will it actually change the way that I make content or improve my workflow that much? Well, it took me 2 seconds longer to plug in the cord, and it would take me 30 seconds to sync audio and video, even if I were to film on this camera and then use the other microphone that doesn't match the camera. none of it is such a big deal, but because there is just this sale going on and I'm like thinking about it, and I don't know, I was a little bit sad yesterday, so I woke up feeling a little and then it just gets so appealing when there's a big sale going on and you can get the thing you want for an even lower price than you thought it would be. And now I'm talking about something that cost me like 50 euros, or that would cost me 50 euros to buy, because those DJI mics are pretty affordable. I'm like, I could save that money and it would look really nice in my savings account. So, or I can put it towards something else, towards that perfume that I ran out of that I was already going to repurchase. You know what I mean? So things that help me when I want to be more conscious of what I consume, but I feel overwhelmed by everything, is deleting social media, which I will just always recommend doing, or putting time blocks on it just so that you don't get bombarded with it as much. But in a moment when feeling tempted, a meditation has never not helped me, or just taking some breaths, taking some distance, putting a bit of a time frame on things. I want to buy this and this now. If I'm still thinking about it tomorrow, then I can buy it. Just fighting the feelings of urgency, I feel like really help. Just putting some time and space between you and the purchase is very valuable and gives a little bit of perspective. And then what I also love doing is looking for secondhand alternatives. And that always makes me feel better. And even just looking around is a fun thing to do. It's fun to shop around. It's like window shopping, but online, scrolling through Vinted. And I also love a quest of, let's see if I can find this for really cheap. I mean, it's just a fun thing to do online, like checking different websites and comparing. And that's just a researchy thing that I love about it. But then not acting upon it and letting it go is sometimes just hard. But they do really get you with the time limits, like this offer only stands for blah, blah, blah amount of days. Or even when you're on a website and it has like an hour clock. When you have a discount and you have it in your cart and they say like, this is valid for 1 hour, 59 minutes, 59 seconds, 58 seconds, 56 seconds. Like it's literally a little clock in your cart counting down. And that creates that sense of urgency, so it's not weird to feel this way. And it's not weird to feel any of the things that I know that I described and that I know some people will relate to, but it's just fucking crazy out here. And it's just hard sometimes to make decisions. And for me, if I'm tired or I'm sad or I feel like I need to be more productive or whatever else, it feels so easy and it feels like part of solving the problem to make a purchase, and it doesn't. But yeah, it's sometimes hard to give yourself a little grace in those moments. It's very important to do so and to try, and I really recommend doing it, but it can be hard, and that's okay too. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about mostly. I always, by the way, recommend supporting local businesses or general businesses that aren't Amazon or in the Netherlands, bol.com. I know it's very easy, it's very tempting, sometimes it's lower prices, but bad. I mean, it's understandable, okay? But if you can find alternatives on different websites, it's so worth it. That's just my personal opinion and something that I value. I boycotted Amazon months ago. I even got a Kobo instead of a Kindle and got rid of my Alexa and everything. And it feels like such a relief. I'm never thinking about it anymore. I'm not bombarded by ads about it. And it's so nice to go to specific little websites. One time this year maybe, or end of last year, I don't know, I got a Bagoo bag. It's a green one. I'll actually grab it because, I have this microphone so I can move around and grab stuff. And I think that they had it on Amazon or something, but I just decided to keep looking online, and it's this dark green one. And I always love Bagoo bags specifically for travel. It's very convenient. And I found some little boutique in Utrecht in the Netherlands, and she had an online website, and she happened to sell Bagoo bags, and it's her job, and it's her, like, she makes a living out of this, and if I can support her and her boutique, then I would rather buy it there, maybe pay €10 extra, if you can afford that. it's a nice thing to do. So I highly recommend looking at smaller shops for specific things, or just a local business, picking things up in store instead of getting them delivered if you can and have the means to, the energy to, the health to, and checking out secondhand options and taking the time before making a decision. A little reminder to myself and maybe to you that even though sales are limited, it doesn't mean that you will never be able to purchase the thing that you want to. And at the same time, it is okay to purchase things that you want to or would love to have. And if you can get it on the sale and you've already wanted to get it, then it's a nice time and take the opportunity. Don't be too strict with yourself, but also try to be mindful. It's all about balance, right? Okay. Anyway, that's it for today. I have a book update also. I was reading People Watching by Hannah Bonham Young, and I decided to DNF it last night. I got 135 pages in. I can't do situationship fanfic, friends with benefits fanfic. I can't do that. I've had my own experiences with those things. They've cost me therapy. I can't. No. I just think that a lot of things were happening too soon, and I don't like the dynamic of friends with benefits and situationships. Just not my personal preference. So I decided to DNF it. And I think my next read is going to be The Two Towers. Who am I kidding? I've been wanting to read The Two Towers all month, and I wanted to read some other stuff in the meantime, which is great, but I'm just gonna go for a book that I know I'll love and continue Lord of the Rings. What are you currently reading? Let me know. I'm curious to hear. All right, thank you for listening to me yapping. I hope that you got a little bit of relaxation time. I know that this wasn't the most relaxing topic, and apologies for that. I do think it's important to touch on, and I hope that you still enjoyed our hangout. I sure did, and I will happily see you tomorrow. Don't forget to unclench that jaw again, and yeah, take care. Here's a forehead kiss. Bye!